Tracey Bryant here. I asked the question, why do husbands leave their good wives for younger women? Honey, these answers are going to shock you. Stay with me. Stay tuned. Watch the video. I'm Tracey Bryant. I am the host of Life and Divorce Show, the show where we discuss love, marriage, and life after divorce. I had left my marriage at age 56 due to being truly unhappy, not feeling supported, not feeling as though I was treated with respect, feeling like I was being misused, and there was a heightened, significant amount of abuse, emotional, mental, and it actually began to progress into physical. So it was time for me to just cut my losses and go ahead and leave, right? So I want to share with you some things that are really touching my heart when it comes to men and women in age. All right, midlife crisis. Let's go into aging for men and women. We hear so much criticism about women in aging. When women age, there's an essential attack due to her body changes, her changes in her skin, her changes in hair, her facial changes. We are often attacked due to the progression of age. Everyone is aging. No one is exempt. But women are held to a higher standard when it comes to age because of the so-called beauty standards. And beauty has been associated with youth. Okay, so they have a big consumer market on aging products for women, right? They have collagen, they have estrogen, they have, hormone pills, they have creams, they have serums, they have shots, all of these things to give her that youthful appearance. Now, this goes against nobody. I am not targeting nobody that is getting some work done, honey. Get your work done and feel good about yourself. What I'm here to discuss is how there is a double standard when it comes to aging for men and for women, especially when men decide to leave their wives for younger women. Okay. Everyone is aging, no one is exempt. Men are aging too, but they are quick to attack us concerning our age difference. I get so many men in my inbox and on my feeds on social media that say, I should have stayed because I'm over 50 and no one else is going to want me. I should have stayed in my marriage because I'm too old to leave. I should have stayed in my marriage because what else am I going to do now? Live. Live my life to the fullest. I'm in the third quarter of my life, and I'll be damned if I live it in an unhappy marriage, in an unfruitful marriage, in a marriage where my spouse was disrespecting me, where he was abusing me. I don't give a damn what age. I could be 76 on my way up out of here, and guess what? I'm still gonna leave his ass. Understand that, because my happiness is essential to my livelihood, to my longevity, and to my peace. Okay. Men age, their bodies change. They experience hair loss, they experience bulging bellies, they experience erectile dysfunction. They don't want to hear that though. They don't want to hear about their hair loss, their bulging bellies, and erectile dysfunction. They act like it don't exist because they got the little magically blue pill, right? So when they get 40, all of a sudden they start experiencing all of these changes. Why? Because their testosterone level has decreased. So such as women, when we go into our change, we start coming into it close to 40, 45, coming up on 50. We start experiencing perimenopause and menopause. So we women go through a change too, but so do men. Men's testosterone level declines, and it declines drastically when they get into their 40s, and depending on how they took care of themselves or how their wife took care of them depends on how they will meet that stage of their life where they go through a change, okay, where they start experiencing hair loss, where they start having a declined a decline in not just testosterone but in sexual energy. They start having a decline in energy, in general. They start having the joints and the ache pains. They're experiencing all of the signs of aging just like women are, but they hold women to this bar like we're supposed to just be this perfect a youthful woman all the time, and when we turn into going to 40s and 50s, we are then considered discarded, right? They want to discard the older woman, and then they want to go after the more youthful younger woman. Okay, so men's hormones take a nosedive at 40, and has a big impact on their ego, a very big impact on their ego. And many men seem to believe that they can seek a better, more exciting relationship with a younger woman. They don't understand that part of their decline of their testosterone and their erectile dysfunction is coming with age and maybe poor health. But they will blame their wife. They will blame the woman, the wife, for them not being able to be sexually stimulated. They will blame the wife. Now, let me tell you something, Harold and James. Okay, let me tell y'all something, and I'm just saying that to be funny. I ain't pointing out just Harold and James, because there might be a Harold and James out there that's doing real good in that area. Okay, but I'm just going to point this out. Let me be very clear. You blaming the woman and blaming your wife because you cannot be sexually stimulated is such a poor excuse for you being the person or being the man who needs to take care of himself, instead of realizing that the body is doing what it is supposed to do. 40s and 50s with poor health, that body declines. You will experience erectile dysfunction, and that is no blame to the wife, because by right, I'm gonna tell most of y'all, by right, many of us as women, we're no longer really sexually stimulated by you anyway by around 40s and 50s. I'm just keeping 100. It has gotten real boring in the bedroom. We're there because we're committed. Many are there and they're not cheating. They're being committed to the marriage. They're committed to the home. They're committed to the union, even though she is not being stimulated, even though she may not be experiencing those orgasms of her youth or the orgasms you used to be able to connect with her with. That she's still in the marriage. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. 80% of the wives, we have already lost sexual stimulation with you long before you decided to leave, partner. Long before you decided, oh, I'm not being stimulated no more. I believe it's my wife because she's gotten old. After we done gave 4, 5, 3, 2 children, and our bodies didn't decline, okay, as they should do with natural progression of being a mother and aging. All of these things are natural life progressions. But then we are attacked and held accountable to try to keep you stimulated sexually once your testosterone level has declined. Okay, so I'm coming here and going to share this with you because many men seem to believe that the excitement is going to come from having this younger woman. And in the beginning, it does. It does. She's tight. She ain't had your kids, right? She tight. Okay. Yes, she's youthful. She's young. And then you have all this access to social media. Many of you would not have had access to any of these badass women if it wasn't for social media. Because most of them is out your league anyway. Right? Them young girls, and then most them young girls, if you don't have no money, they not trying to deal with your old ass. You're gonna have to come with that pension. You're gonna have to come with that retirement. You're gonna have to take things from out your house to give to her. So that's where the marriage begins to decline, because it's not so much because you're not sexually stimulated. You start taking things from outside the house, the household income. You start taking it to Tanisha. You start taking it to young Nikki. Okay? You start taking it from Linda and Barbara, right? You start taking it from them, or you stop taking it from Tanisha, Rhonda, okay, Trina, Tina. You taking it up out of the household, your household, to go finance a younger woman, usually a younger girl, okay, might be 15 years. You might be 15, 16, 20 years her elder. She could be your daughter, but you're going to go finance her. Why? Because now you have access, because you have social media and you're scrolling and you're looking at all her pictures, and you had enough courage to go into the DM and say, "You are so beautiful. You are just so beautiful." And of course, she looking at you like, here go this old man over here. Yeah. Hey, how you doing there, Charles? Thank you so much. What you got going on tonight? Once she say that, oh my God, the floodgates for you didn't open. You feel some type of sensation, which is natural. Which is natural. But it's not like she coming to you because she fell in love with you or she loved you. But see, that's not what you're after anyway. You're not after love. You're after excitement. You're after that admiration. You don't feel like your wife admires you like she used to. Well, hell, we've been together 20, 30 years. No, I don't. I'm not even sexually stimulated by you. But I don't say nothing. I don't try to make you feel bad. I just go over, pull out my rose, and handle my business. Just like when I'm not around, you watching porn all day, because that's what be going on. Hey, we know it. Watching porn all day, girl. Just you finding Vaseline and lotion all in the couch, middle of the couch, under the pillows, wrapped up in a towel. You gotta be careful with that towel. So extramarital affairs and adultery aren't they don't have the same critical feedback like for a woman and a man. Okay, when a man is having an extramarital affair, he doesn't get that same critical feedback as a woman. He doesn't get any of that. He gets oh yeah, he cheating, and it's a slap on the wrist. Let a woman have an extramarital affair. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. She's a hoe. She's a slut. You know what I'm saying? She's a no good wife. She could have served you for 20, 30 years, served the kids, whatever. And now she might be looking for a little extra something to stimulate it, because you can't do it no more. And she's a slut. She's a bitch. She's a hoe. She's all of these things. But you just having an extramarital affair. But many times you're going out there and you're struggling to keep up with that young girl. She got your ass wore out over there. You can't do all that you used to do, and you know it. But you're dressing different. You using hair dye for men, because that's all y'all really got. You going to the doctor to make sure you get them pills, because you got to satisfy, because you know her energy levels is off the charts, honey. You know your back is not in the same order it was when you was 20. Your knees don't work like that no more. Okay? So all you really want You might want to, taste a little bit, tap on a little bit, but what you really wanted to do is give you head. Now I'm speaking like this, and this is not a porn episode. This is a real facts episode. So that's what you think about. That's what you think about. Why? Because you can't move like you used to. You know you can't. That's why most older men, they want to sit up, they want to lay up, they don't want to do too much, but they always want head. Why? They back can't work like that no more. And if they do, most of the time, come into something and they slide up in something that's real good, they ain't lasting more than 3 to 5 minutes. So that's what I mean by us wives. We've lost sexual attraction with you a long time ago. But we stick and stay. Why? Because we genuinely love you. And we genuinely love taking care of you. Okay? Most of us. But then you'll go have this epiphany that you can what? Level up. Mm-hmm. You can level up. You can do better than this. You still got it. Let's get into how many men regret leaving their wives. Over 40% reportedly regret leaving their wives and getting a divorce. Over 40% of men regret leaving their wives and getting a divorce. Why? Why is that? Why is it? Why y'all leave, go be young with this younger woman and go do all these younger things and burn up all the money and then regret it? I'm going to tell you why. Because when you was with your wife, y'all had shared so many intimate moments that now you got to try to recapture them with this younger woman who can't necessarily recapture them with you because there's an age gap. A lot of what she's going to be experiencing in her 20s and 30s, you may have already done that. I had that experience when I was dating a younger man. He was going through things in his life that I already experienced, and I just wasn't willing to do it because it was like, I've been through that already. I got through that. I'm not finna recycle that again. That's his experience. And that's many times why men end up regretting leaving their wives. There's intimate experiences shared. Your wife was there when you was diagnosed with an illness. Your wife was there when you had to have stitches. Your wife knows how to the things you like in the morning as far as fixing your breakfast. You guys have a system and a pattern and a way of doing things that now you no longer have. Yeah, that young girl might do things to make you feel good, and she may even step in and begin to take care of some of your needs, but it's not what you're used to. It doesn't have that intimate connection that you and your wife had. Your wife, if you took medication, she knew how to come in and go ahead and give you your medication. It was the way your wife cared for you, genuinely cared for you. You don't have that anymore. The excitement begins to wear off. It begins to wear off, and the reality begins to set in. Regret also comes from your decision making. Is now you've made a critical decision to where now when you left your wife and you call yourself divorcing your wife for the younger woman, what happens is she didn't went off, and after she didn't got through her grief, her pain, and her hurt, she out there now, she living her best damn life. Yeah, does she still love you? Possibly so. Is she willing to go back to that same routine in which she chose to be in with you? No. Women grieve right away when we initiate divorce. We start grieving right away. Y'all don't begin grieving until later because that younger woman is holding up your process. She in the way because she's a diversion. She's a diversion on what's really going on with you, and that's your midlife crisis. So you men will pretend that everything is fine, even after the breakup has caused incredible pain. You will ignore the grief. You will ignore all that. You will ignore the bereavement. You'll ignore expressing your emotions because this younger woman is a diversion. And then you realize, oh my God, I still love my wife. How do I win her back? For me, it depends on how much money you spent. And it also depends on if I ain't met somebody better than you, because it's always something better. Just like you was out there looking for something better. Yeah, it's always something better out there. Then you have those reawakened feelings where you figured out, oh my God, I still love my wife. The illusion of all the excitement is wearing off now. Okay, now you guys are starting to associate. You and the younger woman are starting to associate on a level of, now you're starting to find out more of who she really is, her quirks, her isms, her her ugly truths. She's starting to see your quirks, isms, your ugly truths. And now both y'all look at each other like, what the fuck I'm doing here? Right? Maybe your money didn't wore off. The excitement didn't wore off. Because remember, it's a bunch of hormones just shooting off everywhere. You even became stimulated down there where you no longer have you have episodes of erectile dysfunction, but she don't know why. Because once they usually give you some oral, it comes back to life. That's why so many of y'all older men want oral so much, because you can't do nothing else. Right? Then there's a dissatisfaction with the new relationship. Yeah. He's not, most men aren't getting what they were getting in their marriage. They're not getting that kind of love, that kind of commitment. They're not getting, like I said, the pattern. They're not getting the pattern. They're not getting the devotion. They're not getting none of that. They don't have a system. The man and his wife had a system of doing things for 10, 15, 20 plus years. He just got with this woman. They've been together 1-2 years, and they can't find their groove and their system. So there's a dissatisfaction in the relationship. Then you have negative consequences also from children. Many men leave the home, leave their wives for someone younger, and the children of the marriage don't want to adapt to that new life circumstance. They're not trying to adapt to that new lifestyle. They're looking at it like, damn, she's only 3-4 years older than me. Dad, what you doing? And they will most of the time gladly side with their mama. It can really cause a rift in the family dynamic. Then financial hardships, honey. Men face the financial aftermath of divorce, of leaving their wife, and they face the hardship of what was stable. They no longer have the stability of the marriage. Now they're regretting divorce and trying to repair the marriage. Regretting divorce, and they may try to repair the marriage. Some of them, they done went out there so cold, so bad, so tough. Some of them shame to come back. Shit, I got one wasn't shame. How you do that? How you go out there and clown so hard and then want to come back? Right? Want to come back. How do you mend that? How do you mend the fact that most men will make their wives feel as though she's no longer valuable? She no longer has what it takes. She's already dealing with ageism. And then now you're making her feel like she has to compete with this younger woman. But I'm gonna tell you right now, most of us, we ain't trying to compete with them. We not gonna compete with them. We gonna let them have you. Because see, we know you. We know how you smell when you let off them farts in the middle of the night. We know that shit right there gonna run her ass away. Right? It is almost impossible to restore a marriage just because one person doesn't like where they are now. It is impossible to restore a marriage because one person is dissatisfied after they made a choice to leave or after they made a choice to get a divorce. It is impossible to restore a marriage if two people aren't working together. And even if spouses succeed in reuniting, such a relationship may not last long or it may not be healthy because it's a lot of stuff you got to deal with. I'm going to give you 8 clear signs of why your husband regrets leaving you. Okay. Number 1 is that your ex finds a reason to meet with you. He's always trying to find a reason to call. He always has simple gestures. He's always texting. These type of things, they're all trying to keep a line of communication, finding ways to meet with you on your birthday. He gonna send you something. I'm talking about, especially if y'all left and y'all wasn't friends. If y'all left and it wasn't in a good way, he either ghosted you, you ghosted him, whatever, or you found, the woman was in your home, or, he was cheating and then you didn't know, and there's some kind of, deception going on there. And then all of a sudden, a year later, he's coming back around and he's sending you flowers and all that. Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to stay connected. All of a sudden, he's texting you, good morning, beautiful. Yeah. Finding a reason to communicate and meet with you. Also, your ex is constantly checking on you. If he constantly checking on you, seeing how you doing, yeah, there's some regrets there. He's complimenting you more often. Like I said, calling you throughout the day. Hey, beautiful, how you doing? Has anybody brought you lunch today? Wait a minute, hold up. Shouldn't you be asking that young woman of yours, that new wife of yours, do she have lunch? Why are you over here messing with me? Right? Also, your ex always wants to be there for you. Always wants to be there for you. These are signs that they regret leaving you. Okay. Also, when your ex starts to make those changes that needed to be made before he left the relationship, before you guys got a divorce, those changes that were brought up in marriage counseling and therapy and all that, if he starts making those significant changes, those are signs that he regrets leaving. And nostalgia. Always bringing up the past, want to send you pictures and want to remind you of a trip y'all took on his birthday, want to remind you about the time when he went and got your mother when her car broke down and she stayed with y'all for 2 weeks. All of this nostalgia. You and the kids. Remember when you and the kids, we went to Disneyland when they were younger. Remember how, little Mike threw up all in the car. Remember our honeymoon in Spain, all of that. Nostalgia. When your ex talks about breaking up, talks about your breakup, when he constantly wants to come to you and talk about your breakup, talk about the divorce, most likely this question still haunts him. He's still trying to find some closure because he might have just jetted out, right? He might not be able to talk about it to family and friends. Why? Because it was a lot of stuff he did that he know he wronged you. So if he's talking a lot about the breakup, he's missing you. He's missing you. Your ex talks about reconciliation. If your ex talks about a reunion and his desire to be back with you after everything, it is pretty clear that your ex regrets ever breaking up with you. So I need us to really look at these signs and these symptoms of what's going on with these men, what's going on with these ex-husbands, what's going on with these exes, especially when it comes to age. in attacking women based on age as though she is no longer satisfactory. And then you want to discard us. But you got a lot of things going on with you men out there who are also aging. So, I see so many men in the gym now. They over 50 and 60, and they got that black dye all over their face, all on the beard, on the mustache, on the hair. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, Melvin, no, he ain't got that. He ain't black. He know he gray. He knows he's gray. He's still trying to get it in. They still be trying to hold on to their youth. So I'm going to say this to the women out there. Those of you who are aging, you hear about aging gracefully. Honey, I say age audaciously. Do that shit and do that shit well, honey. Do that shit and do it well. Wear it well, honey. Let them grays come in, baby. Get your lashes done, baby. Do what you need to do. Do your waist training, whatever you need to do. Go work out, eat right, get your skin together. Do everything you can to be a healthier version of you during this aging process, because we have to make age a friend. I want age to be a friend of mine. All right. So I'm Tracey Bryant. Thank you so much for joining us here at Life After Divorce Show. I would like to also invite those of you who are over 40. And if you have either been divorced, or you're divorcing, join us over on Facebook at the Rebirth Collective Community. That is where we are joining as a group of women, and we are supporting one another in a safe space and community of reinvention. Divorce is a time, ladies, for reinvention, and you don't have to do that alone. We have topics that we speak about. We have different routines and things that we discuss on how we are getting through the grief. We are getting through, economic hardships. We are getting through the significant changes that come with divorce. And we are also beautifully reinventing ourselves in that process. Also, if you'd like to sign up for our email list, go to lifeafterdivorceshow.com and you can go ahead and sign up for our email list there. I am Tracey Bryant. This is Life After Divorce Show. And remember, no matter your relationship status, everyone deserves love. And those of you who are divorced, you deserve happiness, peace, joy, and life, a good life after divorce. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much for joining me to the end of the video. Be sure to leave your comments below and like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, be sure to watch this next video. Join our safe and supportive community for women who are over 40, recovering from divorce and in the process of reinvention and finding happiness, the Rebirth Collective.